listening to R&B.
Hey. Hi, hello, what's up? Hey. I'm here to share with you how I lost fat, gained confidence, and conditioned my mind. My 5 tips/hacks. I'm just gonna share with you what worked for me. I'm gonna share with you what I think would help you and how I went from here to here. That part. I got my iPad here, so if I'm looking down, just know that I'm looking at my notes. Just making sure I don't miss nothing. I give you all and everything I got to give. Number 1, be mentally present. Yeah, be mentally present. And what I mean by that is be with yourself. Be with yourself, be with your thoughts, be with your feelings, be with yourself, be present every single day, because this is going to help you and determine how far you can go and how much you lose. You got to be present in those moments when you want to go grab an Oreo, skip a workout. Like, those moments are low-key pivotal and critical. Or even the days that you don't want to show up, but you still do. I tell my sister and I tell anybody, I'm like, look, these are the moments when a warrior is made. Either you're going to continue eating your Oreos or you're going to eat an apple. And it's not just one day, because motivation is dead. You can't build anything on motivation. You need discipline. And you need to be mentally present. When you're present with yourself in those moments, through those feelings, not only do you know yourself more, but you're building up to where you want to be. That's what I'm saying. You feel me? You feel me? Anyways, number 2. Figure out what works for you, diet and nutrition wise. Build a routine, and then put the fork down twice. No, but really, especially if your goal is, weight loss. And I really say that loosely, because, my goal wasn't weight loss. But I'll get into that later. Anyways, when you're figuring out what works for you, again, monitor. And again, when I talk about this is a lifestyle change. This is something that you're going to have to go out there and try it. It's going to be trial and error. You got to get that feedback. You got to get that data back to yourself so that you can figure out the formula that works for you. Okay, now that that's clear up. Anyways, what worked for me, I switched to pescatarian and I implemented intermittent fasting. Intermittent. I don't eat before noon. I do my very absolute best not to eat after 7. And I eat pescatarian. I eat mainly fish. I eat a lot of fruits, veggies, smoothies, stuff like that. I was pre-diabetic when I was younger, so I don't really eat a lot of pasta or bread. Too much complex carbs. And I don't like dairy because it makes my face break out. But that's what works for me. I've had less headaches. I can move a little bit quicker. My skin is brighter. That's just what works for me and my body, and I instantly saw results. But you got to figure out what works for you. You can't just go out there doing everything everybody do, because it may not, work for you. I can't really eat too much chicken. That's why I switched to pescatarian. I realized I wasn't absorbing the nutrients properly. As soon as I switched to fish, that was one of the first things I switched. When I would come home from Asurion or Discovery or wherever I was working at the time, but when I would come home, the first thing I would do was make chicken nuggets. I switched that to fish sticks. It wasn't even a big, all of this stuff is going to happen over time. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to explain that. However, you got to start somewhere. And when you start, you got to figure out what works for you. And one of the things I tested and was tried and true for me was that my body responded to fish better. I don't really eat too much chicken. I don't really eat too much bread and stuff. Obviously, there's still days where I'm with my family and we go out to eat, and they bring out a little Red Lobster, cheddar biscuit, whatever that stuff is, and I do partake. But it's balanced. I don't do it every day. That's not my normal thing. So yeah, Find what works for you and use that. Very important. We're moving into number 3 now. This is very, very important. Yeah, we're on number 3. And for this tip, choose a target, choose your goal, your main objective, figure out what it is that you want, plan it out, and hit it. Like, that's what it is. And what I mean by that is that you need to plan it. You know, put your thoughts to paper, and then to paper you can go ahead and start doing something, bringing it into life. You feel me? Manifesting, doing it, meeting it halfway. So for me, this is just as an example, just to kind of help you figure out your formula. I started strength training. I started prioritizing strength training and conditioning. Ooh. That's what I began to make my priority. I still warmed up, I still did whatever, but I wasn't, you know, what I was doing in the beginning. I was running a lot. I started running off my butt. I started running off my, you know, my stuff. You feel me? And that's not what I had wanted. And then I realized then as well that my goal was not weight loss. My goal was fat loss. I just started to prioritize strength training. When I started to see what I wanted to see, I started to see a little bit more, you know, definition. I started to see like a booty. I started to see my back. That's all that I wanted. So the scale was moving, but not only that, I was satisfied with what I was seeing. I was getting good feedback from my formula. All right, so we're moving into tip/hack number 4 that I think will help you out just a little bit. Get a hobby. Simple as that. Anything that's going to take your mind off of, like, not only eating, but anything that's going to get you out the house, anything that's going to get you moving, anything that's going to get you stimulated, even if it's just here, even if it's reading. You feel me? Something that's going to increase your output while decreasing your input. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, so like, for instance, for me, I liked going to East Florida, and I particularly liked going to their aquafit classes. I love the pool. I love getting in the water. It was for me. I would go, it was like a whole hour of just aerobics in the water. But it's what I like to do. And when I eventually started to get into a routine, I started to do it at night. And I saw with this trend of me including it, because it would start at like 6, I'll be over at 7, go home by like 8 o'clock. I would knock out. When you sleep, you're not eating. Increasing output while decreasing input. Once you pick it up, the numbers gonna start, you know, it's gonna speak for itself. The numbers speak for itself. And then when the numbers speak for it, your body speak for yourself. And then that's like manifesting. Losing weight is like manifesting. Gaining weight is like manifesting. Anytime you want to physically change your outer, you got to change your inner. And start here. It's crazy, huh? I'm moving into my 5th and final tip/hack. My last tip and my last hack would be to listen to your body. And for the women, listen to your cycle. If I'm on my period and I just started, that's the first day, I'm not going to the gym. I don't care. Responding to my body and listening to my body, it's been very rewarding. Very, very rewarding, and I've seen very great results. And to be honest, I'm happier. I know that on these particular days, I'm a little bit weaker. So when I have tried to go to the gym, I can't lift as much and I get frustrated. You know, I'll be like embarrassed. I experience a lot of PMS symptoms. And these are usually my mentally most challenging days. These are the days where I walk into the gym and I'm like, leave. I haven't even like stepped on a treadmill, haven't done anything. Leave. But again, that goes back to being mentally present as well. I wouldn't know to listen to my cycle or to respond to my body in this way if I wasn't present with myself as well in this entire process. The independent variable is you. Everything else is dependent on you. Everything. You gotta show up for you. All of these things will help you not only lose the weight, but to keep it off. I haven't gone backwards. I don't plan on going backwards. God, keep your hand on me. But it's a mental change. And I feel like all of these tips will help you if you're looking at it as a lifestyle change. and not just a, you know, a short-term thing. This is a long-term thing, especially when all the variables are applicable to your formula. This is a long-term goal, especially if you with me. I'm with me, so my stuff is long-term, and I'm happy with the results. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I really hope, you know, this does help somebody who's a pound or two. So thank God. Thank you for growth. Thank you for shaping me. And thank you for keeping your hand on me. I think it's crazy, you know. Even that I'm here posting about losing weight. Like, when I was like 13, and I'm 24 now, because you got to give yourself that little 10 years. Where do you think you're going to be in 10 years? When I was 13, I was in dietitian office. I was in nutritionist office. I was getting my blood drawn. I was being tested. I was overweight. Anytime I asked the doctor, like, oh, I'm having headaches. Oh, it's because you're big. It's because you're fat. You know, I was dealing with those type of things. I never thought that I would be here sharing anything to anyone about losing anything, especially weight or fat. You feel me? But I'm here and I'm sharing what I got to share. So thank y'all for watching. I will continue to post. I will continue to share. Let me know what y'all want to hear about from me. I'll post my own stuff too. Obviously, we can engage there. This is new to me. I'm excited. I'm lit. Period. Follow me on my Instagram, on TikTok. Don't follow me on Facebook. That's for my fam. But yeah, at Deja Smile. Stay tuned for the evolution of Deja.
As music R&B.